a chip, his name's HC-05. Bluetooth classic, helps guide a ride.
Hello my Arduino friend, how are you doing today? I'm very happy today because I'm going to talk to you about the HC-05 Bluetooth module. It is very much fun to test, so you'll see that later. And the HC-05 is a classic Bluetooth module, so it's a original Bluetooth communication. It's a different standard, it's a bit older, and it's the newer one is lower energy Bluetooth standard. The HC-05, it's only going to transfer data and receive data, but it will not process data, this module. So in order to do that, we'll need Arduino. The communication protocol between Arduino and HC-05 is UART. UART stands for Universal Asynchronous Receiver Transmitter. Universal means it's generic, so it's not tied up to any specific manufacturer. Async means there is just no shared clock line. Receiver because it receives data, and transmitter because it transmits data. The two devices, they will send and receive data through the transmit pin and the receive pin. So let's have a look at the pins. I'll start presenting the most important pins for Bluetooth communication, which are the RX, receive, and the TX, transmit. The receive receives data into HC-05 from Arduino, and the transmit, it transmits data from HC-05 into another device like Arduino. Next we have GND for ground and VCC for power. In this case we're using 5 volts. And together those 4 pins, they're the most important ones for the Bluetooth communication and for everything to work. And these are the ones that we're going to use. There are 2 optional ones that I'm going to talk to you about, but we are not going to be using them here in this video. So the state pin, it serves to tell Arduino whether the Bluetooth module is connected or not. So this is not only useful for debugging, but also in real projects. So for example, Arduino can start sending data only when a connection exists, and then turn LEDs on or off, or save power when the device is not connected. So that's why we can use the state pin. The last pin is the EN, which stands for enable, and this pin actually is used to enable you to use the AT mode. The AT mode is the configuration mode, and there you can configure things like baud rate, which is the speed of data transmission between Arduino and HC-05. You can rename the module or set master or slave mode or change the pin. In this video, we are not going to talk about the state pin or the EN pin, but if you're interested, please let me know in the comments, because I can definitely make a complementary video, so then we can make some tests and talk about the EN and the state pins more in detail. If you're interested, please let me know in the comments. As a short reminder, we know that the HC-05 communicates using the UART protocol. And on the Arduino Uno, the pins 0 and 1 already provide a hardware UART implementation. So by using these pins, we can communicate directly without having to use any library like the software serial library. So we're not including any library. Then the next thing is that we are starting the serial communication. We're telling Arduino to start the serial communication, and we tell it to use a speed of 9,600 bits per second. I like to say that things that are in the setup run once, and things which are in the loop run forever. It just keep running. And all these comments and settings that we are adding in here, they're gonna be executed by the time you upload the code into Arduino, and will probably be logged only once in the serial monitor. Now we're moving into the loop function, and we're going to check if data has been sent to Arduino via Bluetooth. So you see in our test that we're going to connect the HC-05 to our mobile phone via an app. And in this app, we're going to send message via terminal to HC-05. And this condition here, if serial available, will only evaluate to true if there is actually message being sent to Arduino at this stage. So once you send a message, then this is true, so we can actually read the content of the message and store it into a variable. We trim this message so we get rid of empty spaces and line breaks, and then we want to just echo the message back to the sender by printing something to them. So we can just print something like you send, and then the content, the actual content of the message. We want to create two specific valid commands to the sender. So for that, we create a conditional check in that we compare what has been sent in the message to that what we want. So if the content of the message is the string talk, then we are going to say this is a valid command. You chose talk, so we print anything back to our reader, to our sender. The second valid command is the command number. So for that, we're going to generate a random number between 1 and 100. And then we'll also echo this command back to the user. So we'll generate the random number with the function random, and then we will echo back to the sender a message also followed by the random number. And the last condition is just for anything else that the sender sends. So we'll just say that outside of these two commands, anything else is invalid, and the valid commands are talk and number. So basically we test if the communication is working and if we are able to read the content of the message sent, and depending on the message, behave in one way or another. So in order to test your HC-05, please make sure to install a terminal app. I have serial Bluetooth terminal for Android. I don't know anything for iPhone, but if you know, please write down in the comments how you tested with iPhone if you have had this experience. And notice that when you power HC-05 before you connect it, it blinks really fast. And this app, this terminal app, it will offer you a terminal with which you can send and receive messages to HC-05. The first thing you have to do is to connect or to pair your mobile device with HC-05. If you look in my app, there is nothing connected, so I connect the Bluetooth, and then you have to add your password. In my case is 1234, and that's it. Now you have to search for the device in the Bluetooth terminal list and connect to HC-05. And once it's connected, you will notice that this blinking light is now blinking slower. Now that we connected to HC-05, we can start testing our commands and talking to HC-05. So I'll just write something down to HC-05. So as you see, hello HC-05 is not valid as we expected to, but talk is a valid command, right? So it replies to me. And we know there is another command that is valid, well, not by, but number. So we just type in number and see what happens. And we have a random number generated, 31. If we send the same thing again, we have yet another random number. So basically, that's it, my friends. It worked, and it's a great feeling when you start talking to your HC-05. It's so awesome. So do go ahead and test it for yourself, and you're gonna really have fun, and you can of course expand this to other use cases. So if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. It would be very meaningful for me. Thank you so much and have a great day.